Welcome back, Richland Center Wrestling family. Sorry, Dan, I yelled there. I'm going to try to keep the volume down a little bit because Dan yells at me. Welcome back to Beyond the Whistle. That's the dumb name that we came up with right now. So if you guys have better names, leave them in the comments because there's got to be something better than Beyond the Whistle. I looked at that. There's like 29 podcasts like Beyond the Whistle. So somebody will come up with a better name than that. So you guys help us out there. Back once again, Kyle and Zach, episode 2, talking all things Richland Center Wrestling.
Absolutely. Big week last weekend. Really big weekend this upcoming weekend.
Yep.
And it sounds like you had a pretty big day with the middle school kids.
We had our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Me and Coach Makovic met with the 6th, 7th, 8th grade kids. We had 33 kids show up that are interested for wrestling. Maybe we get, even if we got half of those kids, it would be fantastic. And there was a couple missing. There was 2 or 3 that are for sure wrestling that weren't there. In theory, we could come back with 20, 25 kids maybe, which would be pretty awesome after our 7 or 8 we had last year. Went up to the practice room a little bit tonight, was talking to Seep, Coach Seep on that, and, he just smiled. And he was excited about it. Let's make it a problem because we're wrestling together. The middle school and the high school are both in there at the same time. And Coach Seep was pretty excited about it. Gunnarsson walked in. He was excited about it. Both of them, right, just said, let's make it a problem. And the great thing about the middle school world is if you can get those guys in the room now, fall in love with the sport of wrestling, you don't know who's going to be the state champ or the really good wrestler. They could start in 6th, 7th, 8th grade and they can do big things in high school, and it just puts our program, if we can continue to have 30 boys and 10 or 15 girls in the room in the high school every year, it would just do wonders for our program. So big day. A lot of kudos goes out to Dan, right? You get somebody in the school that's talking to these guys every day, recruiting, this guy jumps in and he's buddies with 2 or 3 other kids and they want to do a sport with their buddies. So, fantastic. That's going to kick off January 5th, right after the Christmas break. So looking forward to that. If you're interested, if you have a kid that's interested in middle school wrestling, you can still sign up, district website, sign up for middle school wrestling. We'll take everybody we can get.
Absolutely. That's half the battle in middle school. It's just getting the numbers out there. And and if you look at kind of where the boys team, especially on the varsity side, is struggling, is we just can't fill a team.
Right now. We're just not the numbers. You can't send 3 or 4 kids up a year and expect to have those kind of results, because inevitably you're going to have a good class that graduates 4 or 5 kids, and then you're really struggling with numbers. So. Did we have some youth kids compete this week?
We did. We had one girl, Rayla Ronfeld. She went to the Sugar River tournament on Sunday, and she finished 3rd, so good job. It's always good to see the kids going out. We're starting to get to that time of the year where youth tournaments are going to be darn near every week.
Every week. We'll
absolutely. And then also we had Cashin went somewhere, right?
Cashin went to Grafton, I believe. He was trying to chase the ring. And ran into a buzzsaw up there. Kid got 6th to state in the older division last year. Gave him a match. Talked to Cashin today, and Cashin said that kid was pretty tough. So Cashin ended up getting 2nd up there, which is, it's not bad for him. Take some of those losses, get pounded a little bit, make sure you figure out how to get back in the practice room and work on what you struggled with. So he went to Grafton, and we'll have a bunch of kids wrestling this coming up weekend. We got the RC invite on Saturday, followed by the youth tournament Sunday. So big weekend this weekend. We also have the girls going to Badger State on Saturday. Girls going to Badger State.
So that's a buzzsaw for the girls. 3 in a row.
3 in a row.
Wanakee, Badger State, Bi-State.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good stretch. A really good competition.
You'll figure out what you're made of.
Absolutely. Figure out what we need to work on, go from there.
Speaking of the RC invite, I also talked to Coach Seep today about that. They are looking for some more help in the RC invite side of things. They're looking for a couple more table workers and towel tappers. So if you have a kid that is going to be at the tournament anyways or wants to go watch the tournament, you get a front row seat to some really good matches. I would just say probably middle school and up for that, just because some of those, you get the younger kids in there and they're in the way more sometimes and it gets a little dangerous out there once you get, the likes of Meese or somebody else like that throwing late in a match or late in a period, and kids don't see it coming and could get hit. So, towel tappers, table workers for Saturday. I'm sure you've got everybody lined up for Sunday that you need. You don't need any more help on Sunday for the youth tournament, or?
Oh no, we could use plenty of help.
Oh, you could.
One more thing to add on to the invite, though, is it is Hall of Fame induction, correct?
Yeah, Hall of Fame.
So we got 4
in between the semis and the finals is usually when they do it.
Yep, we got 4 guys going in this year, all 90-ish kids.
Yeah,
right?
90s era.
We got one of our state champs going in, Zach Minnie. We also have Matt Maxwell.
Yeah.
And then Matt Winterberg. And Zach Elliott as well, right?
Yeah, Zach Elliott. Yeah, all 4 of them.
Get down there and support them, and also you can watch the finals. The one thing nice about the invite is it's a great tournament. Usually the finals are
the finals
really good watch. So
yeah,
back to the youth tournament. We do need plenty of help: admissions, concessions, table workers. If you got anyone that can ref, baked goods, bring lots of baked good, lots of good stuff for the program that way. Absolutely. So we're looking forward to a full weekend of wrestling between both the boys and girls varsity, and obviously the youth on Sunday as well. So
yeah, and the great thing about those youth tournaments, not like high school tournaments.
No,
you're not stuck there till 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Dang it, I did it again. But you should be able to get out of there 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, right?
Absolutely.
So it should be. I mean, you get there at 8:30 in the morning, you're out of there by 1 or 2. It's not bad, and it's a great fundraiser for the youth program. We do a couple of them throughout the year. We just had the pizza one, we do the golf tournament, but this one by far is our biggest mover, where we can make some serious cash in just a few hours. So any help that we could get would be greatly appreciated. We won't turn away any.
No, we'll figure something out.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So where do you want to start? The girls side?
Girls, yep.
They went to Wanakee Friday night.
Yeah, the Wanakee Warrior Invite. That was both the varsity and JV for the girls there on Friday. We took 3 wrestlers on the varsity side. I believe they scored 2018 points, which was a 38th finish. Obviously, only bringing 3 wrestlers, you're not going to accumulate a whole bunch of team points, and it is a buzzsaw of a tournament as well.
Talking to Gunderson today on that, it sounded like there was some teams with some full teams, full varsity, bunch of JV kids. To your point, some of these teams are coming in with full teams on the varsity side, and if you're only taking 3, even if you had 3 champs, you're going to struggle to score points.
You're still not going to finish as high as you'd like to.
Right.
So we had a couple 5th place finishers. That was the best on the girls' side. First was Charlie Bailey.
Another good weekend.
Yeah, so back-to-back good weekends for her. First year wrestling, obviously. 5th place this weekend, 3rd place last weekend. She's put a couple good back-to-back tournaments in a row. Very excited to see what she'll be able to do this next Saturday at Badger State. If she can place there, that'd be 3 in a row. That'd be a heck of a start.
The week before, we were talking about her scoring a whole bunch of points,
Yeah.
and now she's giving up on scoring points, just pinning girls.
Pinning machine. They must have worked on pins this week in practice.
Yeah, absolutely.
She had a couple of them. She lost by pin twice, but then she had 3 pins of her own.
Yeah.
So to a 5th place finish.
And again, those scrambles, we talked about it a little bit last week. You get into those first couple matches, put you into the pool that you're going into, and then hopefully you exceed the expectations of said pool, right? Mm-hmm. So you're gonna hit some really high level girls early, and then it's what you do on the backside once you get into pool play. And it sounds like she had a heck of a day there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Madeline Muller, 5th place finish as well.
Yeah.
She started a tough match, lost 9-4.
To a ranked girl, right? That girl's ranked, I believe.
Yep.
I don't know what she did necessarily last year, but I did see in the rankings that she's ranked. She's a solid opponent. What was the score of that one?
9-4.
9-4.
Yep. So things we need to clean up there, but she'll figure it out, and this is the best time of year to do that. That's why you kind of want to stack your schedule as early as possible.
Yeah. So
you have plenty of time to find out those things, because once you get to tournament time and you're figuring out, I got stuff to work on. That's not necessarily the best time. And then Mariah Obade, our only champ from last week, tough tournament.
Tough day.
Finished 10th,
Yeah.
lost all of her matches, but she'll get it
She'll
figured out. On the junior varsity side, we did take 2 girls. Of note, Amelia Shannon had 2 falls, so.
Oh, nice. Solid.
Yep,
It's nice to have some JV girls too. I mean, and have that competition. If you're not quite ready for the varsity side yet, to have the ability to jump into the JV tournament and obviously get some wins, right?
Yeah, and obviously when you can do it both at the same event, that's
easier on a coaching staff for sure.
Absolutely. Then the boys were the boys varsity. They were in Toma on Saturday for the Toma Scramble, and that was and is a tough tournament.
Yeah.
A lot of state champs from last year. I know Marathon brought down a pretty good crew. I believe they won the tournament. But
Marathon won it, yeah.
You know,
and Mount Horeb, I believe, was right behind him.
Second place,
not too far behind him.
But
they also had some guys stay home. Cameron
the Cameroon did not wrestle, so obviously that would have. He probably would have done pretty well, I'd imagine. So they left some team points there. Best finish of the day would have been Ethan Bodendine. Finished 4th place. Won his first 2.
So he got put into A pool.
Yep. And then he lost his first match in pool play to Eli Leonard from Mount Horeb, last year's silver medalist.
Yeah.
Wisconsin Badger commit.
Yeah.
Ranked number 1 in the state this year. Very highly ranked national. So.
And he'll be at our sectional.
And yes, absolutely.
190. I mean, he's got to be at our sectional, so that only leaves one more spot getting out if you can't beat him, or you don't beat him. It's gonna be a tough sectional. I can't wait to get into talking about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then after that, lost by fall to tournament runner-up, and then last match today lost 13-2, so 4th place finish. Sometimes you get into that A pool and it's just a buzzsaw, and that's what he did. And you gotta learn from that, clean some stuff up, and
that's Toma.
And onto the invite for that. So absolutely. Ethan Bindle, 6th place. So he won his first one by pin, and then lost his second one. Then he won 8-5 for his first match pool play, and then won by pin. I believe he did have a medical forfeit in there as well.
I think so. Right. I think he did.
You know, Blake Muller, 7th place finish.
Blake.
So 157 was actually one of the larger brackets. So they had more than 16 kids, so they couldn't do it like the rest of the other ones.
Yep.
Still scramble-ish on the back side, but on the front side, it was more of a conventional tournament if you keep winning anyways. He won his first match by pin after having a bye in the first round, and then he lost by fall to Swain Stencil of Marathon, who was a champion at 157.
Yeah.
Solid wrestler, really good wrestler. So no harm there. Then he lost his next match by technical fall before finishing with a pin. So he finished the day off on a high note, anyways. Finishing 7th.
Looking for him to bounce back with a good Richland Center invite here coming up.
Absolutely. Brock Barrett.
Heck of a day he had.
Yes.
Once he got rolling. It took him a little while to get rolling in the day.
Yep.
But he wrapped off a bunch of wins.
Difficult Royal invite. And then he lost his first one, unfortunately, on Saturday at Toma. But then he wrapped off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins in a row.
Yeah.
So he got put into that C pool, and he...
Again, you get put in a pool. It might not be the pool you want to be in, but you got to exceed expectations. And what better way to exceed expectations than pin everybody else in that pool, right? So, yeah, I saw that. Obviously, the first loss of the day, I was hoping he'd get that one, but you got to play the cards you're dealt. He was dealt that C pool and started wrestling.
Absolutely.
That was good to see.
And then we had Braden Argyle.
Yep.
Yeah, 12th place finish. Lost first match, tough match, tech fall. And then after that, he lost injury defaulted the next one in the medical forfeit after that one. Yeah. Don't know the extent of the injury.
Talked to him today. Sounds like head injury.
Oh.
Yeah, sounds like a head. Hopefully he'll be back soon. I don't know if he'll be ready for the invite just yet or not, but hopefully he comes back fairly quick.
Yep,
And,
wish him a speedy recovery. And
I mean, this is the time of year you got invite coming and then jump right into bi-state. You don't want to be injured right now.
No.
You're gonna be nicked up enough late in the season. So, yeah, hopefully he comes back and nothing.
I mean, there's
nothing
not
lingers.
any really bad times of the year in wrestling, but this is one of the best.
Yeah, it's
outside of tournament time.
for
So,
sure.
And after that, we had Alexander Boutine. He finished
Yep.
5th place. Tough start to the day. He lost his first 5 matches, but he did get I don't know, his first win of the year.
First one of the year. I don't.
Last match of the day, he had a pin, so finished on a strong note. So
Yep.
absolutely. And then Gavin Dre finished 16th. Tough tournament for him, but just freshman. So.
Yeah, and Gavin's taking some time off, right? So he wrestled for us in maybe 7th grade, and then he's been out of the country for the last couple of years. His parents took job, I believe, teaching, and so he hasn't been wrestling for 2 years, and so he's jumping right back in. Wrestled, like I said, in 7th grade. It's gonna take Gavin some time to get rolling, but I'm sure he'll figure it out at some point this year and start wrapping off some wins. I mean, when we had Gavin in the middle school room, it wasn't a lack of work ethic. He was willing to work for you, and if you give me a kid that can work, he'll get better as the year goes by.
Yep, absolutely. And then the boys JV were in Middleton on Saturday as well for the Dylan Lindman Memorial Tournament. We had, I believe, 3 wrestlers compete there. Kamani.
Back again. How do we get this guy in the lineup?
Gotta find him a spot.
We gotta find him a spot.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it's 32, 38, 26, but he's got to get in someplace. He just keeps on winning. All he does is win, no matter what.
Three pins on the day, and I believe he was supposed to wrestle 32, but then bumped up to 39.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that as far as if there was competitors there. I guess we could find that out. I'm not positive what happened there, but yeah, Kamani, and then Tate had a good day over there as well.
Yep, so Tate, obviously, Bindle went down to 215 this week from heavyweight, so that kind of pushed Tate out of the lineup for this week anyways. I think he's pretty close to being able to jump back into 175, just depending on his dissension plan. I think
he needs to get down. I think that's where I don't know if it's down for this week as far as the RC invite or not, but I do believe the plan is to get down to 75, and even when he was wrestling 215, he wasn't anywhere close to 215, so he was close.
Solid day for Tate. Finished 3rd, 4 pins. So
lost to the tournament champ.
Yep.
Right. That's only
right
that
away.
was a close match. 9-7, something like that. 7-6,
tough
7-5.
kid. Probably just also like Tate can't just find a spot on the varsity team, which is not a terrible thing to.
The good thing about the RC invite too, at least in the last couple of years, if there's open spots and brackets, they've allowed some of these varsity caliber JV kids to wrestle. So I don't know what we're going to do there, but I wouldn't be shocked if we saw Kamani and possibly Tate in the lineup at the RC invite, even if they're non-scoring members.
Yep.
But Tate very well could be down to 75. I don't know where he's at there. Obviously, there would be a wrestle off there because I think somebody wrestled 75 this weekend.
I do believe so. That was, well,
Boutain?
yeah, that sounds right. Yep.
So, yeah, we'd have to have a wrestle off there to see if he got down. But either way, I would guess that we'd see one, if not 2 of those guys at the RC invite, even as non-scoring, JV kids in the tournament. And again, it's great to go to the RC invite, and if we're not filling brackets, let's fill the brackets with some varsity caliber kids, because Iowa Grant has them. We've got a couple of them. GT always has a couple of them, right? River Valley has some. There's kids to put in those brackets, and a lot of times they get some wins, right? So it'll be good to see. Hopefully both those guys, because I think JV is off until after the new year.
Yeah, I think they're maybe the 10th of January or something like that.
Yeah, so it'd be great if there's room and if they're still doing that, to be able to get some of those kids in there. So that wraps up our week though for this week is varsity, the girls JV and varsity and the JV team over in Middleton. So This weekend coming up, once again, is the RC Invite on Saturday. Hall of Fame inductions are going on in between the semifinals and the finals. If I was a betting man, I would say somewhere around between 3 and 3:30. If I had to pick a time frame to get to the RC Invite, I would say 3 o'clock would be pretty good to be able to see those. And then Sunday, the youth tournament. So we'll finish setting up right after the RC Invite on Saturday for that. And then the youth kids take off 9:30, somewhere in there as soon as we get the brackets made. Get the kids checked in, the brackets made on Sunday. We'll be rolling. So busy weekend. 4 mats down for the Invite, 4 mats down for the youth tournament. Plenty of room. Bring your families. Enjoy just wrestling all weekend long. You can't stay there, I don't think, unfortunately. They won't let you stay, but you can come right back on Sunday morning and battle again. So looking forward to that. You got any final parting wishes? I guess on to your thing, right? We kind of skipped over it. Bindle did get down. So we got some people moving right now. Bindle came down from heavyweight. He's wrestling 215 now. Tate's making his way down. I don't know that 26 to 38.
Got 3 kids all right there that weigh about the same.
Right there, I my guess is, again, I have no data to back any of this up. Somebody's got to move there. I would assume. I assume that somebody goes 26.
Well, it only makes the team better.
Makes the team better, and honestly, it's probably better for them as well.
We're getting real close to conference dual time, and you want your best team out there for that time. So if we can, I mean, obviously there's nothing we can do about 6, 13, and 20, but if we can get a kid 26 and just forfeit the bottom 3, and then heavyweight.
And then on our girls' side, I don't know enough about what's going on there, but I assume there's probably some movement, as you'll see in time.
We don't want to give away too much.
We can't give all the secrets away, but there's going to be some more movement in the world, in the Richland Center Wrestling world there, and it'll be exciting to see.
Absolutely, and then girls Badger State Saturday.
Girls Badger State Saturday. Do you know how many we're taking over there? Or do they have a JV there too, or
no,
just
that'll just be varsity. So I'd imagine probably the 3 that we took to, or 6.
I did talk
Executive producer Cole's telling us 6.
6.
So
all right.
he probably knows better than
Sounds like Spildy's out this week as well. Talked to her tonight. We'll see going forward what that looks like, but she's going to be out more than likely this weekend. So, which that kind of sucks.
Yep.
Right.
Senior
wrestled a lot in her life coming through. So
get healthy now.
Get healthy. That's what I told her. Keep your head on. Watch a bunch of wrestling. If you get the opportunity to get back out there, right? But be ready for it. Don't just sit and do nothing. Watch wrestling. Try to work out if you can. Do all the things. Mentally prepare yourself to be in it. But yeah, you can't always. You don't pick when you get hurt. So that's all I have for today. If you got any parting wishes,
nope. It's a good week to watch wrestling.
Just get as much help as we can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sign up. Give us a name, everybody. Beyond the Whistles, what Zach came up with.
It's not, but
I don't know if I'm in love with it yet. So if you guys have better names, give them out to us. Hopefully one of these weeks we can get some coaches on talking about maybe the RC Invite. Next week might be a long show. We might have to split it up into 2 shows, a youth show and a high school show where we just rip an hour.
There's gonna be a lot to talk about next week, because obviously we'll have everything to talk about from this week, and then also a big schedule coming up with Little Cheese, youth tournaments, and then not to mention Bi-State.
Coming.
Absolutely.
All right, you good?
I'm good.
I'm good. Thanks everybody. Join us next week.